There are levels to this life that we need to understand exist, and breaking past our barriers is merely a process of moving forward slowly but surely. My name's Rob. I make videos about emotional intelligence every day, and today I wanted to deliver the message that if you are looking for that extra inspiration, it is quite literally right around the corner. I have the opportunity these days to be at the head of multiple companies, and it requires a lot of strategizing. It requires a lot of patience and communication in order for me to feel like I'm doing my due diligence as a leader, but also someone that is in a revenue generating role. And I say to myself always that life needs to be as beautiful as we feel we deserve. Meaning that if there's ever a moment that I feel I am dwindling or I am failing in my pursuit of excellence, that my soul will not permit me to remain there for very long. That's something learnable, very much so, because I learned it over the last year of my life, and that's why I know. However, there tends to be times in life where when we are pursuing the thing that we believe we should be doing, it feels like we're on a plateau, almost like we're running down an endless passage with darkness wherever we're going, because we cannot fathom the sights we are about to behold. And I believe so many people give up in those moments when the darkness just seems to be all around us and we're still confused and not entirely sure whether or not we're even heading in the right direction. But our intuition, a part of our intuition, says to us that we probably are. Many people do not listen to that intuition. And I'm here to tell you to please listen to your intuition. Because opportunities and people will appear in your life that will spur you to a new level of moving forward. Only if you are prepared to hear the message. Only if you are prepared to be adaptable enough to go forth and pursue the thing that you are doing right now to another level. And so I got something recently that was very interesting to me. Someone that is in the commercial real estate field. A one-off call because I'm looking for a property manager. If you know one in Ohio, let me know. But he basically said to me, based on his synopsis of the things that I was saying to him about how I want to help people and how I want to plant seeds and build culture, and how I'm a systems and operations guy at my core, he said, you need to look into franchising. And for 8 months now, I've been thinking to myself, I want to build something that will last the test of time. I want to build something that will last 100 years, if not 200, 300 years after I die. Because that means that I put in the efficiency of thought, the efficiency of motion, and the wisdom, perhaps, of prediction. Enough to give something to society more than my years can. And I think about this now, and it excites me tremendously. It really does. It gives me the extra spark again of what is the horizon? Who is Tarab that owns franchises, that creates things nationally, globally? You know, what does that person entail? And the reality of the situation is, I don't know. I'm going to tell you that straight up. I have no idea the types of habits, the types of people that I'm going to need to meet in order for me to be powerful enough to secure something that will last that long. It's very difficult for me to imagine. But I know the little steps that I have to take, which is cutting down the time between thinking and doing something. And that, I believe, is always the thing that's going to move us closer and closer to those beautiful sights in the darkness, is cutting down that lag time as much as we possibly can. so that it becomes pure intuition, so that our souls can purely traverse through life. How do we do this consistently and grow? Well, I think, like all things, the more we do it, it becomes a little bit easier. The more we push past our barriers, the easier it becomes to exist outside of them, and then we have different barriers. So, really, my belief right now, in terms of progression, is quite simple. Consistently break down that time between action and intuition. And at some point, you will reach a different level of where you were before. And that level will then determine your new norm. And I say this to you because I believe that humanity's future is either one of us being quarantined into a very small space and being given a small amount of resources to exist because of our lack of alignment with our intuition, or exponential growth, explosive growth in the universe, because more and more people realize how powerful intuition and action really are. So I believe it is my job, my existing in this life, to push the latter message forward, to push the message of align deeply with your soul, align with what connects with nature, align with the things that inspire you, that move you forward, and pursue them relentlessly to reach new levels of euphoria and new levels of growth. I say this to you because there are many, many among us, that are currently doing this in the world. And I believe it is a cry out of humanity to say, let's break free of the shackles that people that are less motivated, less loving, less encouraging, caring, less spiritual perhaps, to beat those people, to rise as the next generation, and to rise with our heads held high and our promises completed. I've created this thing called the Throbified Network. If you're someone that is in university, frankly, if you're anywhere in your life and you're looking for inspiration, and you know that there are people out there that align with your values, I want you to join me. You know, send me a message in the DMs or find me in wherever in social media. Currently, I'm still looking at my social media. I'm still actively engaging as much as I possibly can with people that are engaging with me. This may not be the case later on, as I will necessarily have to become more and more abstracted in order to scale to the point that I wish to scale in life. But join me, really, if you're looking for that thing. Let's each build a little community around ourselves that we inspire humanity towards the explosion of humanity to the cosmos, rather than the seclusion of us due to a fear of death, perhaps, a fear of the unknown, a fear of not being enough, a fear of not being loved. I want us to get away from fear as a species. I want us to conquer our inner demons, our inner excuses, and really push past what we currently have as a conception of humanity. That's my mission. That's really, in a nutshell, that's my mission. And each of us, I think, has a different mission in this life. Or perhaps we have very similarly aligned missions, but we pursue them different ways. There was a professor in university, in graduate school, that said to me that data is a very interesting thing, in the sense that one point of data approached from an infinitely different variety of perspectives grants an infinite variety of conclusions. That means that if the one point is a point in space, and it has an infinite amount of points in space directing towards it, the outcome through that data will produce a different result. And I believe that's the beauty of life in a sense, because I still have a belief that we are aligned a lot with the laws of nature, that single data point. But there's just so much. There's so many other perspectives. I think our job as a part of nature is to fill that perspective more. The sphere of possibility more. To the point where magic is a laughable thing rather than something wondrous. That something exponentially more unfathomable than magic will be our next horizon. Hopefully this inspires you, my friend. If it does, smash that like button. Throw me a subscribe. Comment on what you may be struggling with, or whether or not you have reached that next level in life and feel like you want to give this out to people. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself. See you around.